All right, whether you're starting your day or starting your workout, in our system, we always pay homage to your joints and your soft tissue. That's where you're gonna hurt if you don't take care of them. We're gonna start today with a little bit of a bounce. So everybody on your toes, bounce nice and light. Stay on those toes. The nice thing about getting the lower legs working is they're analogous to the pump of your heart. So a lot of walking is a good reset. If you're adding anything to this program, a good walk on a daily basis is a good thing to add because it's not gonna add a lot of stress. You're gonna be able to reduce stress, add volume, feel really good. Hey, maybe get out and get some fresh air too. But right now we're gonna go ahead and get those lower legs pumping, get that heart pumping just a little bit before we start moving our joints around, trying to pay homage to our body with a nice light warm up. So keep it steady, stay on those toes, breathe nice and easy. Exhale as you hit the ground, soften the landing. Ha, ha, ha. Nice and easy. You can do it through your nose, you can do it through your mouth, whatever you feel comfortable with right now. But you wanna make sure your breath and your movement are married together for the remainder of this warm-up. I'm gonna cue you through that process, so don't worry about it too much. Just go stay with us, have a good time. All right, so now you're bouncing, time to find your stance. We're gonna find a tall, neutral stance. Go ahead and get a hip width stance. That's gonna be with your hips all the way down to the outside of your heels, all in a vertical line. So we're not gonna be wide, we're not gonna be narrow. Find a nice straight line. We're gonna open up the chest. So drive the chest open, reach down through the palms, palms facing forward. Get as tall as possible. But at the same time, keep your ribs down. Try not to arch your back. From this position, this is our tall neutral stance. We're gonna move from here. So we're gonna tilt our head to the right, ear to the shoulder, and back up to standing. Off to the left. As we do that, take note of where the tension is. Exhale to the right, reach down through the left hand. That should intensify the stretch. Back up to standing. Off to the left, reach down through the right hand and back up. Just a couple more reps. A lot of us have neck tension. A lot of stress is held up there. So paying homage to your neck every day, before the start of your day, before the start of your workout, it'll pay big dividends all the way through and back up. One more on each side. Nice. Exhale through the tension. Good. Back to tall neutral. Get as tall as you can. Retract the chin slightly. Now as we rotate, stay as tall as possible. Stay tall, rotate to the right. Look over the right shoulder. Back to center. Look over to the left shoulder. And back to center. Let your eyes track. So look as far to the right as possible. Back to center. Look to the left. Exhale through any tension. Make sure as we do this, you're not going as hard as you can. You're going as far as you can without any undue discomfort or pain. This should not hurt at all. Go to the right. And back to the left. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and extend and flex the spine just up top. I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see what we're doing. Everybody else is gonna keep facing you. So you're gonna drive your chest open, lift your chin to the sky, reach down through your fingertips. Keep your teeth touching. Think about your chin touching the ceiling. And then now chin to your chest, roll the shoulders forward, stay tall, but reach down through those fingertips. Inhale back, chest open, chin to the sky. Exhale, chin to the chest, reach down and forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Again, we're always looking at the breath. Inhale back. Exhale forward. All right. From there, we're going to go ahead and get into the shoulder blades. So think about lifting your shoulders up, pinching them back, setting them down, and rolling them forward. So all 4 points are important. I'm going to face to the side again just so you can see how smooth that roll should be. You're trying to keep this motion nice and steady. Breathe in as you lift. Exhale, down and forward. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, down and forward. Let's go the other way. Back up, forward and down. Back up, forward and down. Keep going nice and steady. Focusing on your breath. Focusing on that movement. Awesome. From there, we're going to go ahead and get into some other shoulder drills. This one's called the Egyptian. You're going to lift your palms up and out to the side. Let's lift your shoulders high. And now we're going to sink them down away from your ears. This is the position we want you to work in. We're going to look to our left hand and turn our right shoulder all the way over. As you do, that right hand should almost be facing up to the ceiling. Roll back to the center. Inhale. Exhale to the opposite side, looking to that top hand, that up hand. Good. Up. Into the center, look to the left, turn that right shoulder over. Look to the center, Turn to the right as you turn that left shoulder over. Give me one more rep on each side. Inhale up, exhale as you rotate. Inhale up, exhale as you rotate. Nice. From there, we're going to take our hands up and overhead. As you do that, your back might want to arch, so soften your knees a little bit, tuck your hips under, and straighten out your elbows. Wherever they are, if they drop a little bit, it's okay. We're going to work from that position. Keep the arms straight and make small circles. Don't be in a rush. Move slow, move controlled. And as if you feel more comfortable, you can make the circles bigger. But don't try to make them bigger right away. Try to make them controlled. Control the tempo. Feel the work happening in the shoulder joint itself. Don't let the elbows sway around. Let's go the other direction. Exhale through any tension. So as the arms go towards your ears, you might feel there's some tension there. Exhale. Keep those ribs down. Don't let your back arch. All right, give me 2 more circles. 1, 2. All right, now down to the side. Pinch your shoulder blades back. Reach back, up and over. Good. Again, through the tension, exhale. Good. Give me a couple more reps. Big circles all the way around. Good. Let's go the other way. Reach up, pinch the shoulder blades back, sweep the hands back in a big arc. Good. 2 more times. All right, from shoulders, your shoulders should be working pretty good. We're going to work into the elbows. Nice thing is your shoulders are still going to be working. With this drill, just be careful not to stress the front of your shoulders. If you feel a lot of tension up here, dial back the tension on your drill itself, okay? So think elbows into your ribs, nice and tight. Stay tall, keep the hips tucked, ribs down. Take 2 back fists here, right up next to your shoulders. Keep the elbows tight as you rotate and extend the arms. Good. So from the side, here, reach back with the knuckles, keeping the ribs down. Good. Breathe through that tension. You should feel your mid-back working pretty good here, but if you feel a lot of tension on the front of your shoulders, try not to dial up so much muscular effort. The front of your shoulders can be pretty sensitive, so got to respect that. Remember, it's not about doing anything painful. Let's go the other way. Down, reach back, and all the way over. Exhale through any tension. All the way through. 2 more repetitions. Good. From there, we're going to get into a hinge position. So I'm going to turn to the side and we're going to highlight the preparatory parts of this drill. As we do this, think chest stays open. So draw your elbows back. Everybody prep. Chest open. Proud chest. Your hips, your feet position are going to be slightly wider than hip wide. So go ahead and set that. And you're going to soften the knees. Release your tailbone up and back and keep your chest higher than your hips. You're going to stand tall, get as tall as you can, tucking those hips under, squeeze your butt. And now release back. Think chest up and out, hips up and back. Keep your belly drawn in so that you don't tense your lower, you don't stress out your lower back. Good. Give me a couple more repetitions. Good. Last one. All right, from there, we're going to plant on one foot. We're going to do leg swing. So left foot down, plant heavy on that left foot. We're going to swing our right leg, and as we swing back, we're going to let the knee break so the heel comes close to the butt. Big thing here is don't let your back arch. So if you're wondering if your back's arching, you can always place the back of your hands on the back of your butt. Make sure it doesn't flip up. No duck butt, okay? Swing that right leg forward and back. Try to make sure the rest of your body stays quiet. So what that means is you're not bouncing up and down with your head or your eyesight. You're staying nice and tall the whole time. All right, we're going to do the other side. Plant that right foot down. Get heavy on that right foot. Swing the left leg. 2 more reps. Awesome. From there, we're going to go ahead and widen out our stance again. Wider than shoulder width, just by a smidge. Take your hands above your knees for support. This is going to be like an old school dance move. We call it the Tootsie Roll. Hands above the knees. We're going to drive the knees in, only as far as you feel comfortable. This is strengthening all the tissues on the inside of the legs. We're going to shift our weight to our toes. Again, only letting the knees go as far as you're comfortable. I'm going to lift my heels all the way up. See how far my knees go forward. You don't have to go that far. You go as far as you can. Drive the knees out and find the outside edge of the foot. Roll the outside edge back to the heel. Bring the knees in, right? Drive them forward. to the outside, and back. See, I'm drawing 2 big circles with the knees. Again, using your hands for balance. Make sure you don't lose your balance. Feel confident with whatever range you're exploring. Let's go the other way. Exhale through any tension. Same rules apply. All the way around. Give me 2 more repetitions. And last one. All right, now we're going to make it to the ground. So I'm going to step back, place my hands on the ground. We're going to prep our wrists. This is really important because we're going to do push-ups, a lot of ground-based movement with all this body weight. Our wrists are a limiting factor for a lot of people. So I'm going to go ahead and turn sideways, give you a good perspective on these drills. We're going to splay our hands open wide. Middle finger points straight ahead, shoulder width. And we're going to rock back to our heels. Get a nice stretch in the hips or the ankles. And then we're going to keep our chest proud and rock all the way forward as far as we can without our palms lifting. And back. As we go to that front position, you may find that some of that tension in the wrist is your limiting factor. If that's the case, just go a little less deep. Exhale into the tension, keep the elbows straight, and only try to coax out a little more range at a time. Good. We do 1 more rep before we change to the next drill. All right, now we're going to go into seal pose. This, all we're going to do is take our palms down, but face our palms away from us. And what I want to do is focus on the tips of your fingers first. So tips of your fingers, chest proud, and then rock down to the base of the fingers, keeping your palms up, and roll back up. Exhale into the tension. And then rock back up. Using my hips. Notice as my hips sit back, my fingers lift. Couple more repetitions. If you work with your hands a lot, if you do a lot of strength training, wow, this drill will really find some tension in those forearms and hands. All right, last one. This is a little odd. Think about push-up position, but I'm going to take the back of my hand to the ground on my right hand and anchor that position with my left. From this position, make sure you have your hands relatively close to your body. Anchor that down. Chest is proud again. And now I'm going to rotate my elbow pit forward. I'm going to go ahead and change my orientation to the main camera here so you can see. Rotate the elbow pit forward. As we do this, think about your shoulders staying down from the ears. You're going to be giving me 2 more reps on this side. Exhale into the rotation. There's going to be some tension there. And we're going to switch sides. Same thing on the other side. Really important to prep these wrists. You're probably going to feel this up into the forearm, this brachialis muscle, this meaty part of the forearm. These muscles tend to be chronically tight and can cause a lot of elbow and wrist tension. Good. 1 more repetition, everybody. All right. From there, we're going to get into our rocking frog series. So we're going to bring our knees back, touch our toes in our midline. So as we touch our toes in our midline, we're going to spread our knees as far apart as possible. Get our forearms down to the ground, and then reach forward with our hands. So your arms are straight. As we do, sit back into those hips. You're going to feel a good stretch back here. You're going to drop the forearms to the ground and pull yourself forward. Think about being in a really low plank position. Tuck your hips under. Chest is proud. You should feel that on the front of your pelvis. It's a pretty good stretch. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Good. 2 more repetitions, getting as deep as you can in the back position, and then as deep as you can in the front position. Last one. All the way back, all the way forward. Good. Now we're going to sit back again. This time we're going to take our toes, our heels, I should say, and place them directly behind our knees. So in a straight line pointing straight back from the knees. Open up both sides, look back and check. Good. Now from here, you're going to place your forearms on the ground again. This time, instead of focusing on pulling forward, we're going to push back. So you're going to exhale and push back. Think about your hips reaching back between your heels. Wow. This should be pretty tight. Good. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Each time we're trying to go just a little bit deeper. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Whew, feel those hips working. Oh, man. All right. One more time. Deepest stretch, furthest range of motion. Exhale, hold that position. Breathe, hold the tension. See if you can ease into a little bit more stretch before you release out. All right, we have 1 more series here. We're going to hit the front of the hips this time in our kneeling hip flexor series. So I'm going to turn sideways so you guys can see exactly what I'm going to focus on. Everybody, we're going to step forward with our right foot. okay? I want this left knee directly under the left hip, directly under my shoulder. So we're gonna cue something I don't wanna see so we can fix it. A lot of us are gonna have our duck butt position, hips back. Everybody arch your butt back. All right, we don't want that, so tuck your hips under and then bring your shoulders up over your hips. This is gonna lock yourself in position from the bottom up. So keep this position, think short distance between your ribs and your pelvis. From here, keep that position, that intention, this connection from the knee to the ribs, but only move this front knee forward. So watch, I'm gonna push that front knee forward, feel a big stretch on this left hip flexor, and then rock back. Each time, I can go ahead and go a little bit deeper. Notice I'm not arching my back, all right? Want to keep the hips tucked under. Give yourself a couple more repetitions to get that hip flexor open. Last repetition here. Best repetition is the last one. Good, all right, I'm gonna face it going forward again. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side, but you know what we're gonna do. All right, left foot forward, duck butt, and tuck butt. We're gonna tuck it under. Bring the shoulders back. Good, get a nice strong position, chest proud, push that front knee. Good, and inhale back. Exhale, tuck forward, and push back. Give me 3 more reps. Good, really open up those hips. 2 more reps. Last one, and we're done with our warm-up, y'all. All right, stand strong on that front foot. Shake it out. You're ready for your day. You're ready for your workout. All right, I may have congratulated you on finishing your workout, but the work isn't done yet. In our system of training, it's really important to pay it back into our body, right? When we train, it's like taking deposits from the bank. We have to put money back in, otherwise we're not going to be able to take those withdrawals. So we do that by spending that mobility time on the front end and decompressing on the tail end of your workout. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to teach you how to decompress your body, help you perform longer and stronger. So we're going to start by getting to the ground. You're going to take a step back to all fours, place your hands down, and then walk your knees back until your arms are completely straight. Good. From this we're going to call child's pose. Or that's not what we call it, but we call it whatever we want as long as you get in the right position. So it's actually just a posture you see in yoga class pretty often. You're going to bring your forehead down towards the ground. Hands reach forward and go ahead and walk those fingertips forward as far as you can. Try to feel if there's any particular restrictions between your lateral line, basically your lats, these big muscles that attach underneath your armpits, or in your mid-back. Take note of what's tight, because maybe we can improve that right now. So from this position, pull your hips back as far as you can, actively pressing your hands down. Feel that tension. Where is it at? All right, from here, we're going to take our left hand, walk it out 45 degrees. Take our right hand, walk it out 45 degrees. But don't just stop there. Reach with that right hand. All right, so it should be past the left hand. They're not quite in a line. Now, we should feel a nice stretch up and down the right side of our body. Anchor our hands down by pushing down. Push with our left hand forward. Pull with our right hand back. That push-pull configuration is going to increase the stretch. Now, think about your right butt cheek. Pull it as far back as possible. Also increasing the stretch. You should definitely feel that all up and down the right side of your body. Now keep your elbow off the ground. Keep tension by pushing down into the ground. Roll to the right pinky side of the hand. As you do that, you change the angle of pull. You should feel that in your armpit, up and down that lat again. Keep the elbow off the ground by pushing down into that blade of the hand, the pinky side, and then lay your head into your armpit to load that lateral line. That should increase the stretch. Keep pulling your hips back and release back into the flat hand position. Walk your hands back to center. And we're going to walk them over to the right now. 45 degrees. Reach with the left hand. Push down into those hands. Push, pull. Left hand pulls back. Right hand pushes forward. Feel that tension. Now pull the left butt cheek back towards your left heel. Keep your elbow off the ground by pushing down into the hand constantly. Roll to the left pinky side of your hand. Keep pushing down, lock out the elbow, lay your ear into your arm. Release some tension there. Keep the elbow off the ground by pressing into the pinky. And release the hand back flat. Walk back to center. We're going to check and see if that released some tension. Walk your fingertips forward, forehead down to the ground, pull your hips back. Wow, you might feel a little more open already. That's all right. We're not done yet. Pull your hands back into a super wide push-up position in line with your face. So your elbows are pointing up and out. Your hands are flat. You're going to take your right hand, slide it underneath your left armpit as far as you can, and lay your right shoulder on the ground. So we're going to try to stack our left shoulder on top of our right shoulder. So we're going to use this push-up hand, the left hand, push into the ground to try to stack the shoulders. And then we're going to add some more pressure by pushing into the back of the right arm. So push into the back of the right arm to assist and pull the hips back. Breathe. Using the strength of the upper body to release the spine. Breathe through the tension. All right, push into the left hand, retract the right hand back out to the original push-up position. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Left hand slides all the way through. Shoulder on the ground, head resting on the ground, if you can. Only go as far as you feel comfortable. Push into the right hand to stack the shoulder on top of the left. Push into the back of the left arm to rotate the torso more. Pull your hips back long. Make sure you're breathing. Good. And now weight into your right hand. Retrace your left hand through. All right, how did that feel, everybody? Go ahead and adjust if you need to. From there, we're going to go ahead and walk our hands back forward to the original position. Go ahead and take your forehead back down to the ground. Again, you should feel some more room to wiggle, pulling the hips back further. Now, spread your fingers out wide. Push your hands hard forward into the ground. Feel your shoulder blades lift. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Good. Now, dig your toes into the ground behind you. Keeping your toes dug into the ground, push into those hands and start to lift your tailbone up slowly. Arching that tailbone up and back, keeping the knees soft. Keep your weight on your toes. Push through your hands a little bit harder. Try to lift your tailbone as high as you can. Don't let your butt tuck under. Lift your tailbone up to the sky, up and back to the back corner of the room. Now, as you have that position, lock it in and start to challenge it by straightening out the legs only as much as you can without tucking your tailbone under. Keep pushing through the hands. Keep working. Give me 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now with straight legs, drop your hips forward into a plank, pulling your body forward of your hands. Hold that plank. Bring your left knee up to left shoulder, left hand, I should say, and then lay your foot across into a pigeon pose. All right. Now, the important thing here is this angle of your shin. I might be able to have my shin perpendicular to my spine, but a lot of people are going to have tension in their knee there. So pull the heel back until you find a comfortable position, everybody. What's important now is wherever your position is, whatever you feel comfortable with, you're going to anchor your hands on either side of your leg. So outside the knee and outside the foot, so the foot doesn't move anymore. Push to proudden the chest and lengthen the spine. Now, don't move your chest, but what we want to think about doing here is think with your left butt cheek, pull your left butt cheek back, drive your right hip forward. That rotation should increase the stretch you feel in the back of the left hip pretty profoundly. All right, now we're going to add an isometric contraction. Think about your shin pushing down through the earth, so like you're lifting, but you're not moving, you're just pushing down. You're going to keep pushing. 3, 2, 1, exhale, release, and deepen the stretch by reaching back further with your back leg. We're going to do that 2 more times. Drive that shin down hard. Chest out. Come on, keep working, keep working. 3, 2, 1, exhale. Drop those hips back and reach back through that rear toe. Last time. Push down through that front shin. Keep working, keep working. This time, instead of reaching back, as we exhale, we're going to walk our hands forward. All right, if you can bring your forehead down towards the ground in front of your shin and pull your left butt cheek back and down towards the ground behind you, you're going to feel a big stretch in that hip. Good. Bring your hands back underneath your chest. Press up. And now what we're going to do, bring the rear knee closer in a little bit, get the toe down, and we're going to transition back to a wide plank and switch to the other side. Right leg forward. Again, finding a position that's comfortable for this knee is the most important part of this now. When you find that position, anchor your hands outside the knee and outside the foot. This hip is a little tighter for me, so you probably find one side's tighter for you as well. All right, time for those isometrics. That's a lot of tension. Let's do it. Shin pushes down through the ground. Woo, man, I definitely feel that. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, sink the hip and pull yourself back. Notice as I pull myself back, this angle of my shin may change a little bit. Only go as far as the knee doesn't get angry. From there, shin pushes down again. Oh man, that is a lot of tension. Keep working, and release, sink, and wiggle your way deeper by reaching back further with the back leg. Last one, drive that shin through the ground, chest out, and now this time we're gonna reach forward. Walking the hands out, forehead reaches down towards the ground, right butt cheek reaches back behind the shin towards the earth. Good. Hold that just for a couple breaths. Hands underneath your chest. Drive the chest up. All right. Bring both knees up in line with each other. All right. Now we're going to get into the hip flexor. So we got the back of the hip. We're going to get the front of the hip. With the hip flexor, we're going to go ahead and step forward with our left foot. I want knee directly under hip, directly under shoulder. So we're going to cue something we don't want before we correct it into an ideal position. All right. So arch your tailbone back, then tuck your tailbone under. As you do, bring your shoulders back over your hips. You should feel this already tensing up the front of this thigh and hopefully the hip as well. Find a nice stable position with the front foot, with the heel underneath the knee. Keep that tension on the front line of your body and exhale the front knee forward. All right, you should feel that definitely stretching right in the front of this hip. Now we're going to build an isometric contraction here again, but it's the rear shin pushing down into the earth, almost like you're kicking into the ground. Keep pushing down, keep pushing down. Exhale. If you need to adjust that front foot a little bit to get the right track, then please do. Get comfortable with that front foot. All right, keep the ribs down, hips tucked under. Rear shin down through the earth again. Drive. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, sink. Front foot can wiggle out again. Take any slack out. Lock in that hip. We got one more. Drive that rear shin. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, sink. That third one's the key. Go ahead and step back. We're going to change to the opposite foot. All right, same thing. We're going to cue ourselves out of position to correct the position. Arch the tailbone back. Tuck it under. Bring the shoulders over hips. Now, everything's locked in. Ribs down, hips tucked under. Drive that right knee forward. As you pull that right knee forward, feel that left hip extend. It should be pretty tight. Time for the iso. Drive that rear shin down into the ground. Work, work, work. Come on. Push through the ground. Move the ground away from you. Exhale, sink it down and forward. Good. Ribs down. Make sure you don't arch your back. Chest proud. Drive that shin down again. Work, work, work. Oh man, there's so much tension there. This hip is tight on the front. And release. Good. Ribs down. Chest proud. Last one. Shin down. Push, push, push. 3, 2, 1, and sink. Good. Hold that for a second. All right. Now what we're going to do, we're going to step forward, both feet up. So left foot up to the right. And we're just going to keep a hip width stance for now. Lower your belly to your thighs. So I want your knees bent enough so your belly can rest on your thighs. Let the top of your head hang towards the ground. Feel a decompression in your mid-back. Let your shoulders hang heavy. That should feel pretty nice. You deserve it. Come on, we're decompressing right now. All right, now we're going to pedal our feet. What that means, act like you have a high heel on your right foot and push all your weight on your left heel, straightening out that left leg. You should feel that stretching all the way up and back behind the left hip. Let's go ahead and put the right foot down, lift the left heel, all the weight on the right foot. Right hip stretch. Switch. Nice. Left hip stretch. Right. Hold, breathe. All right, both heels down. Walk your feet together. Okay, still releasing all that tension in your mid-back by folding over your front of your knees. You're going to take your hands, reach back behind your calves. Try to hide your forearms behind your calves as far as possible. Grab the back of your ankles. Okay? And from here, grab tight and pull with your upper body. So look, you're going to see me try to pull my belly into my thighs. Make it hard to breathe. Use that upper body strength.
Compress your body into your thighs. Keep pulling constantly with all the strength of your upper body as you start to push your heels down into the ground, lifting your hips high. Keep pulling with the arms. Keep pressing down with the heels, lifting your tailbone up, releasing your forehead towards your knees. Keep working. Come on. More strength with the upper body, more push with the lower body. One more deep breath. Release the knees forward. Let the fingertips drift in front of your toes. Relax. Now let the knees push forward. Tuck the tailbone under. Roll back up to standing. Head is last. Chest is proud. Head comes up. Shoulders down. Nice, tall, neutral stance. Inhale the hands up and overhead. If you can interlace your hands overhead, go ahead and do that. That's what we want, this steeple position. Straighten out the elbows, ribs down. Pull to the left. Pull with your left hand. Open up the right side of your body. Straighten out your legs. Push through the ground. Good. Soften the knees. Pull back to standing. All the way up. Pull to the right. Keep your shoulders square. Hips square. Push down through the left foot. Push down through the right foot. Good. Bend the knees. Pull back to standing. Stand tall. Exhale the hands down and out to each side. And give yourself a hand. You just did a great job of paying it back into your body, decompressing after your long day or after your workout.